What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Studio 39, aka the Bear Cave. I'm Rob Odie, and this is Spotlight 39. Just like we do every time, I got another young man with another story to share. This one's pretty big, man. Huge commitment. Made it this past weekend. We're going to talk about it today, find out why and where, right? But before we get into it, hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on because we got new content dropping regular, all kinds of stories, all kinds of highlights, all that fun stuff. Comment during the broadcast here. Let my guy know what you think, show him some love. We'll get into it, all right? So, that being said, let's bring him in, man. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do. We'll go from there, man. The floor is yours.
How you doing, guys? My name is Jordan Dotson, class of 2022, outside linebacker from Burlington, New Jersey, and a Harvard football commit.
Harvard football commit out of class of 22 in the great state of New Jersey. I like it. I like it, man. So, like I said, big commitment over the weekend, right? We're going to get into that, but let's kind of rewind the clock a little bit, right? Let's have a little bit of fun. So, going into your senior year, let's take it back to freshman year, right? So, or maybe, 10th grade, whatever year it was that you first started playing ball. So, when did we start playing high school ball?
So I started playing my freshman year. Well, I started playing long before my freshman year, but started playing varsity my sophomore year. I played freshman ball on the freshman team my freshman
Okay.
year.
So, we played
Um,
varsity, you said sophomore year, right?
yeah, started varsity my sophomore year.
Oh, so
Played
so
both
you
sides.
you moved up to varsity and you started straight out the
Yeah.
gate, 10th grade. Okay. So how was that, man? How'd that come to surface?
Well, freshman year we had a great class. We always been good. Me and my teammates. So our head coach wanted to try to keep us together for a year and kind of build chemistry and get used to the high school level. So we all played on the freshman team, and then our sophomore year, a lot of us played and started on varsity.
Okay, good deal. So at that point, you were playing both sides of the ball. You pretty much played both sides of the ball predominantly throughout your whole high school career, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I came in high school as a wideout, and going into my sophomore year during camp, one of our linebackers got hurt. So they threw me in the mix, and I turned out to be pretty good.
Okay. So that worked out pretty well, right?
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. So we got playtime, right? We started sophomore year. So how'd that go for you individually, man? Like, what did you recognize in yourself, with your game? Did you recognize like, man, I'm big body, I put the pound on somebody, or what did you find out about yourself? Because obviously you're still, young now, you're still, only gonna get bigger, stronger, faster. You're still developing. But at 10th grade, right, coming from freshman to sophomore, what was that development like? Going from JV to varsity and then starting playing with those guys.
I mean, it was pretty significant. Um, High school is definitely a lot different than little league.
Yeah.
Everyone's fast, everyone's big. Um, the number one thing I realized about myself is that I came in thinking my future was at wide receiver, and turned out that I was actually pretty better on defense.
Okay.
So my head coach sat me down. He said, "Look, wideouts, they're typically in college football around 6 foot, 6'1", and they're pretty fast." And he told me, "You're not that fast,
What do we
even
want? Where are we at? Like
forward."
a 4.8? Four.
Uh, I ran a 4.62,
Okay.
one of my past camps. So he told me,
Dang. So
these
he's got
scouts
high
playing,
expectations, right? He was 4.4, 4.5s,
yeah,
right?
4.45. So I wasn't that guy. Low 4.6 though.
Okay.
So he told me that with my size and my aggressiveness, my future might be at outside linebacker or someplace on defense. So that's what I worked at. I worked at outside linebacker, kind of that hybrid safety
Okay.
um, type position, and I really worked it. And that's pretty much my primary position now.
And that came from the coach's vision, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, you got a good coaching staff, right?
Oh yeah.
I like it.
So,
So, coach recognized something big in you, right? Something bigger than what you saw, and it worked out pretty well. But even then, you still play both sides, right? So you're still, wide receiver on the offensive side, and then on the defensive side, you put the hurt on people. So, you know, going into our senior year, well, let's kind of take it back a little bit. COVID, right? COVID was all kinds of crazy. Did you got a season in Jersey? Did you play in the fall or in the spring?
We did. So we played in the fall. I think every team played 6 games.
Okay.
There were no playoffs, so the winner, or not the winner, but they put all the teams into a pod. So teams would play teams that they usually wouldn't play in the regular season. They would play teams that are closer to home.
Okay, that
So
makes sense.
I think they took like 6 teams, and that was called a pod, kind of like your conference.
Sure.
So the team who won their conference would play the winner of another pod or conference, and that would kind of be like the
Playoff
champion
picture.
kind of thing. Since we
Okay.
didn't have,
Well, hey, man, look, the fact that you got to put some pads on though and play some ball, during the crazy was, that's a big move in itself. And fingers crossed, the crazy slows back down because it's starting to spike, man. Because you
oh
guys are
yeah,
too close to getting back out there and playing normal football, right?
yeah.
So what did you do with the extended off season, with the crazy times that's going on, with facilities being shut down and gyms being closed, all that stuff. What was your off season? What did it look like? How did you prepare to stay in shape and perfect your craft that much more?
So in the winter, right after football season, I played basketball. So I do that. I've been doing that for years. So I'm
Okay.
pretty much used to the transition from football right to basketball. And then I try to lift a little bit during basketball season, and then once once basketball season is over, that's when I really start getting into the gym, lifting, working out. Since our weight room was closed, a bunch of us, my teammates, were scattered around local gyms, working out at different people's houses and stuff like that. Just trying to find ways to stay in shape and get bigger and stronger.
Okay. Did you work with any, uh trainers or anything like that outside of school during these times, like in the off season? You have any coaches or trainers that you work with?
Yeah, not any strength trainers. I have a wideout coach.
Okay.
He's pretty good on defense too, so I
Pretty
work
good on
with
defense.
him. Yeah, so I work with him once or twice a week, and then other than that, I hit the field on my own, and then I work out at my house. I have a weight bench in my garage, so
Very cool. So you got the tools to be successful, right? You got the right people in your corner, and then the fact that you got a coach that puts in the work, that he did and saw, the bigger picture, man. That's going to bring us to the recruiting process, right?
yeah.
Can be fun, can be stressful, but it's a process that you look forward to going through. I'm sure as a student athlete, man. So talk to me about what your recruiting processes look like, and specifically, what was that breakthrough aha type moment that you excelled and then you got that first phone call, DM, tweet, whatever it was from a coach?
So the first college I really heard from was actually Yale. Um, I hadn't been on Twitter too much back then because I didn't really have any reason to.
That's the
And then
recruiting
I did,
capital of the world.
yeah, I went on Twitter one day and I saw I had a DM from a coach from Yale and it was 2 weeks old. I was like, oh man. I was like, so I
Missed
hit him
shot, right?
back really quick. Yeah, I hit him back really quick. And then we just continued to message over Twitter. Then we eventually got on the phone and we talked for a bit.
So
And I think
with
it
that,
was
was that what, if you don't, I don't want to cut you off, but what at what point was that? Was that sophomore, junior?
yeah,
What?
that was towards the end of my junior year. We were still
Okay.
in so I think it was late October, and then we got on the phone one night and he offered me, I want to say, sometime in November, around the last game of the season.
Okay. And that was a full opportunity or a PWO?
Oh yeah, full opportunity from
Okay.
you.
Good deal.
Um, so after that, um, I think my next four offers were from the Ivy League.
Very nice.
Yeah, the Ivy League. They continued to pile up.
Yeah, they look, man. If one comes calling, they got to all come call, right? You got Princeton, Harvard, Yale. What is it? Is it Bryant? Is or Campbell? One of those are Brown
Oh yeah,
University. One of
so
those are
so
in the
I had
Ivy, right?
yeah, yeah. I had 6 of the 8 Ivy leagues.
No, that's huge. And then you had a couple FCS opportunities, which was what James Madison. I think I saw William and Mary in there.
Yeah, I had a I think my first FCS was Fordham.
Okay.
and then
Yep. I see that on the wall behind you, right?
yeah, yep,
I like it.
and then a lot more after that.
That's cool, man. So, and that seemed to spiral pretty quickly, right? I mean, if we if we
So,
we we talk about it, I mean, we're thinking October. That's when I started this whole thing, man. Less than a year, and
yeah,
you went from no opportunities, right? Probably some conversations to full blown. Hey, look, this is we want you to be that guy, and then at that point, everybody else wanted you to be that guy.
mm,
So let's talk about it. Why Harvard, man? What led you to Harvard over? Walk me through. What did you drop? Top four, top five, right? We had
top six.
JMU, top six. So JMU, Harvard. What was it? Penn. Uh,
Penn, Princeton,
yeah.
and Temple and Villanova.
Okay. Yep. So couple, D1 FBS and then some FCS. So why Harvard?
Um, Mainly Harvard because that's the only school I took an official at. I did an
Okay.
official at and when I went up there, I don't know, I felt like I was at home. I do have a lot of family up in the Boston area.
Okay.
Um, so if I ever needed anything, they would always have me or have my
Good.
back up there. I don't know, the Boston area is just something about it.
Look,
It's
man.
really lively. I just love it.
That's a
And
great
plus,
place. I'm a Red Sox fan, man. So, you
yeah.
got to get out to Fenway. You got to check that out. You got to get the fried dough on the street, man. Look,
Now
it's
my
a great
dad's from
place.
Massachusetts. My dad's from Springfield, and
Okay.
yeah, so I've been up there a lot. I'm familiar with the area. I,
Good.
I like the Patriots, Red Sox, Celtics, all Boston teams.
Look,
So
match made in heaven, right?
yeah, it feels even more like home.
And then if you top it off, Harvard, that's a pretty good academic
Yeah,
school.
yeah, absolutely.
Just saying, y'all are pretty good academically. So with that, what's the plan for the future, man? Where do you see yourself? What do you plan on, majoring in? Talk to me a little bit about Harvard and what you plan on life at Harvard being.
So I haven't decided on a major yet. Um, I probably will before enrolling, but I don't know. I'm just looking to go there, study, play football, and then be successful after 4 years,
Man,
which is
that's huge. I mean, you get a degree
yeah.
from Harvard, you can
Oh
you
yeah,
can do most anything you want in life, right? Whether
yeah.
that's on a football field, whether that's in an office, whether that's working from home, being an entrepreneur, whatever it is, man, Harvard's going to set you up for success.
Oh yeah.
I think you made a very solid choice, right? Obviously, I'm slightly partial to JMU just because I got some ties and some roots there, man. But that's what I was hoping to talk about. But I think it's super cool that Harvard got a exceptionally great young man and you're going to a great program with up and coming. They're solid football. I mean, they're no pushover by any means. But then, man, you can get in that classroom. You're gonna get the real education there, man. So super excited for you. More importantly, excited to see kind of the career unfold and see what life has in store for you, man. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna close this interview out with my final question. I do it every single time, man. And that question is, what motivates and what drives you to want to wake up tomorrow and be that much more successful than you were today?
Um, I'd say just the willingness to be successful. I wanted to play in the league ever since I started playing football at 6 years old. So I just think about that every time. I'd be like, oh, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like getting up. I don't feel like working out. I just think about the the end game. The biggest goal is
Yep.
to play in the NFL, and that's what I want to do. So that's what I think about when I say, oh, I don't feel like doing this or that. You got to work for it.
You got to find that hunger deep down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So look, keep grinding, keep doing what you do. Stay safe, stay healthy, man. For everybody that taps in and watches, this is exactly why Spotlight 39 exists, right? Everybody's got a story to share, and I think everybody's story can impact somebody in a positive way. And this young man, look, just October had no opportunities, right?
Right.
Broke through, had that conversation, and then it just became a domino effect. So the moral of the story is keep grinding, keep putting in the work, don't give up, bet on yourself, find what motivates you and what keeps you hungry, man, so you continue to eat. Until next time, I appreciate you jumping on, man. I really do. I'm Rob Bodie. This was Spotlight 39. Tap into the Darius Minor Foundation, www.dm39.org. I appreciate you. Until next time, I'll talk.